Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with the start of a new reading vlog that is a collab with one of my besties on BookTube, which is Tori from Novel Life. While I was visiting her at the end of December, we were like, let's do another video together. So we are both doing the vlog where we read your favorite books of 2022. So I asked on my Instagram what your favorite books were. I got tons of submissions, and we both picked two of the same and two different because she's reading one I know that I've read. I don't think she's read any of the ones that I'm picking, but we definitely wanted two in common and then two differently so you can see what we thought about the same book and then different books. But I have four on my list, and the first one I've already started, and that is Mile High by Liz Tomford. I know that my friend Caitlin from the Love Librarian is obsessed with this, and I got so many messages on Instagram when I posted that I was reading this, and so I'm 10% in. And I'm already obsessed. I'm obsessed with the hero, I'm obsessed with the heroine and their dynamic. I love it. He's a hockey player. She's a flight attendant and she's actually working exclusively for his hockey team on their flights, meaning that they're always going to be in the same city and always in close proximity to one another. And he is a player. He has like this bad boy reputation, which he is doing on purpose in order to get like money and sponsorships and attention and stuff like that. But he's really actually passionate about his charity, which gives mental health help to young athletes, because he himself has a lot of anger issues and goes to therapy and seeks a lot of help because he knows that about himself. And he has stuff going on with his mom. Like, all of this is revealed in the first 10% of the book, so there's a lot to these characters and I love them so much. The heroine's twin brother is a professional basketball player too, so she's like not new to like the whole professional sports scene. It's so good so far. She is also a curvy heroine, which I love, so this is so good so far. So super excited to be reading this one. And then the other one that Tori is reading, she's gonna read that one, and Frat Boy by Nikki Sloan. I did order myself a paperback copy because it's $5 for the ebook and the paperback was $13, so I was like, I might as well just buy the paperback because I know I'm going to see her at signings. And this is book 4 in the Nashville Neighbors series. I believe they end up doing a film together, like a film together, and that's all I know about it. I don't think it's very college-y. I think it's an older woman too, which I'm very excited for. I love that trope. Multiple people said Mile High and multiple people said the Frat Boy when submitting their choices, so that's why those were our top two that we were both reading. I do have two other ones that I'm very excited for. So the first one that is not what Tori is reading is Faking with Benefits by Lily Gold. Lily Gold is definitely an author that blew up last year that I have not read yet. This one is on KU and I don't know anything about it other than it's Why Choose. I'm assuming there's going to be a fake relationship somewhere in here, but I'm super excited for this. I also have her like Snowed In with Swedish Mountain Men book that I'm really excited for, but I really want to give this author a try. I think this is long. This one is long. I should not be choosing all these long books, but these are ones that I'm very, very excited to read, and I hope are 5-star reads for me, so that's why I'm doing this video. So Lily Gold is another one, and then the last one I'm reading is on audio, and that is The Long Game by Rachel Reed. It is about time I read this book. I've read the first 3 in the series. I don't know if this is, I think this is book 5, so I'm just gonna skip book 4 though. I really don't care. I want to get to Shane and Ilya's last book because I was not a fan of book 3. I was very bored by it, and people told me that's the least favorite of the series, but I just want to get to the good ones. So I loved book 2, which is Heated Rivalry, and this one like finishes up their story. So I do have this on audio. I'm going to be reading it. They are hockey players. It's MM. They were rivals and now they're dating, and we'll see how their story ends. I'm so excited, but I'm reading these 4 for the vlog. Could not be more excited to continue on. I am about to work out. It's Tuesday. I just worked all day, came home, filmed this clip, and now I'm gonna go work out and read more of Mile High on my run. And then tonight my sister's working, so I don't really have any plans. I'm not letting myself edit because I have all my videos edited for the next week. Even though I have some footage I could edit, I need to stop editing and filming so much because I don't have to do as much as I've been putting on my plate. So no editing tonight. Tell myself that. All I can do is read and maybe do some digital journaling, which I've been loving lately. So I have been digitally journaling 5-star reads and then doing stuff for like my year for reading, and it's really fun so far. So such a fun creative outlet, but I am in the middle of a different audiobook that I need to finish before I start The Long Game, but so far Mile High is going to be it. Ooh, I love that I have 2 sports romances on this list. I love it. I do want to read more sports romances in 2023, so I'm already achieving that. I'm gonna go read, and I will chat with you guys later. Okay, really quick reading update. I just got off of sprints with my members and my patrons. We do sprints every week and they're always at least 2 hours. We do read for 2 30-minute sprints, but we talk a lot. I'm reading Mile High. I'm 60% in and I am absolutely obsessed. Like, Xander's is the kind of hero I'm obsessed with. He's a bad boy, but like he just has that bad boy persona. He's so caring, so adorable, obsessed with the heroine. Like, he is falling head over heels for the heroine. He is someone who has really learned how to be in touch with his emotions. He's been through a lot of therapy. He had a lot of anger management issues because he was abandoned by his mother, and then his dad just like stopped raising him because his dad was so traumatized by the mom leaving too. And there is so much depth to his character, and the heroine doesn't want to be burned because she's been burned in the past and is dealing, it reminds me of Tis the Season for Revenge because her ex was awful and her mom is awful, and they make her feel really awful about her weight and her appearance and her job and everything about herself. She's just like hates because of all the people around her. And Xander's, or Z, is like, you are gorgeous, you are successful, and you are the most amazing woman I know, and you need to have more confidence in yourself because you are amazing. And she does learn to be more confident, and I just love that. I love that kind of trope so much where the hero is like, ignore every single person in your life because you are amazing. It's so good. Oh my god. And then she volunteers at a dog shelter, and those scenes are adorable too. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed with this book. I'm scared of what else is going to happen. What could happen that I'm nervous about is that he told her very personal things. I'm worried those things will come out and he's going to blame her, because that kind of plot has happened so much in books, and I'm tired of that plot where they finally learn to trust each other, they're doing well, and then they're like, I knew I could never trust you, of course it was you, when like it obviously wasn't them, and they won't communicate. So hopefully it doesn't happen. We'll see. If it doesn't happen, it's gonna be a 5-star read because I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh, no wonder everybody loves this book because I love it. I just looked it up, and there's another book about Madison, or like Eli and Logan, which I'm really excited for. That's his best friends, and I guess that was on Wattpad. So this author was a Wattpad author and then published that book and then wrote this book. And book 2 is going to be her brothers, and I'm so excited. And it comes out next month, so I'm so excited. Ugh, I'm already obsessed. I'm so obsessed. Hi guys, so it is currently Friday. Why I'm super happy right now, because it's finally the weekend. It's a little rough coming back to a full week of work after having an entire 2-week break because I'm a teacher. So I am just happy this long week is over, but I finished a book that's a 5-star read, and then I started 2 other ones that are surprisingly, especially one, going really well. So I finished Mile High. Literally 5 stars. Like, I think this book is going to be on my favorites of the year. I'm obsessed with it. So good. The mental health representation was amazing. I loved Z so much. Xander's, she called him Z. I don't remember what his real first name was, but I loved him. I loved the dogs in here. I loved how emotionally broken he became at the end, and like there was a 3rd act breakup, but like the lengths that he goes to get her back was amazing, and it was just so good. I loved all the side characters in here. I really love the guys on the team. I really loved Madison. I would love to go back and read his book because he does have a book by this author that I'm very excited for that one. They're so cute, and I loved how Z was obsessed with their daughter and loved just being part of their family, and how they had to look at what they would willing to sacrifice for each other and falling for each other, and then how they just want to really protect each other because they cared about each other so much. I loved the heroine's brother. Ryan was amazing, and I'm so excited for his romance because we know who it's with, and it's gonna be so good. It comes out in a month. So excited. So much hockey in here. So emotional. Like, so many emotions in here. It made me feel so many feelings, and it's over 400 pages but did not seem long at all. The pacing was perfect, and I loved it. I loved the hate to love. I loved how he was a playboy, but he was so sweet. Oh my god, did he become so sweet. I was obsessed with this book. Such a good hockey forced proximity. Forbidden, because if they got caught, she would lose her job, and it was so good. It was so good. Please read this if you haven't yet. I totally see why it is people's favorites of the year. I'm obsessed. I did start reading Lily Gold's book, Faking with Benefits, and it started and I was like a little thrown off because the heroine was on a date and she started spouting like, oh, I want to have babies by this age and marriage by this age and blah blah. I was like, girl, you're on a first date. Like, relax. And she didn't understand that her date like went and climbed out a window, and I was like, this seems like a little over the top, a little over dramatic. And then I feel like we were jumped into a story that we didn't really know a lot about the characters, because then she talked about going back to the apartment of the 3 guys who were going to be like the 3 love interests, and I was like, we haven't met them yet. Like, I don't know what's happening. It kind of felt like we were dropped in the middle of a story without any context, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the heroine. But we finally got to meet them and like get to know more about them, and they have a podcast together where they give like dating advice, and they've decided in order to make like fresh and fun content to all date her and like train her to be able to date people, because she's gone on like 200 dates and never made it to a second date. So they're making it like a segment on their podcast, and they're all like individually dating her, and one of them has like a huge crush on her and it's super cute, and one of them is her old high school teacher who doesn't teach anymore, but like she had him as a teacher and now he lives there too. So it's definitely very interesting so far. I'm intrigued now. Like I'm 10% in and I'm like, okay, now I'm getting into the story. It just took a little bit to get used to that. So I am enjoying that one. And then I started the Rachel Reed, and I'm just giddy, you guys. So I love a hockey romance. Like I'm in such a sports romance mood. This is Shane and Ilya's second book, so it's book 6 in the series. I've only read the first 3, and most of my followers said I could skip to it. A couple said don't, but I'm gonna follow the majority and skip to this one. So this is their second book. So Shane and Ilya are not out as a couple yet. So I believe that Shane is openly gay, but Ilya is not openly bi, and they are dating, and they're madly in love. They're adorable. I'm obsessed with them as a couple, and it's so cute. But there is enough drama for me not to be bored, because I do hate like epilogues and like epilogue stories. Like I don't care. But this one, they're not out yet as a couple, and so that's really affecting them, especially Shane. They're getting jealous of different people, and like Shane was talking to a reporter and Ilya was getting like frustrated that he was talking to a reporter, and it was so adorable. I am obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with them as a couple, and I'm loving this book. They're currently coaching this like youth camp together, and it's so good. I'm so excited to continue on. I'm listening to the audiobook, and I'm just like giddy and smiling the whole time because I love them as a couple. The characters are so fun, and Shane like overthinks a lot of things, and Ilya is more like the playful one, and it's just so cute. Their dynamic's adorable. I really like their friends too, so I'm really enjoying this one. So 3 books. I did finish one for you, and I'm in the middle of 2 others, and The Frat Boy should be coming in the mail today, so I'm very excited to read that. I do have my author interview with BK Borison tonight, and tomorrow I have no plans. I'm very excited because I had a very, very busy break. So I'm excited to have no plans tomorrow other than film 1 video, and that's it. I'm going to do some productivity sprints with Tori tomorrow, so that should be fun, from Novel Life on her channel. And then, yeah, that's all I'm up to. So I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done tonight before my live show. So we'll see if that happens. And I will update you guys once I've read more. Hi everyone, it's me with Miss Lily. Miss Darcy's right next to me too. We just got back from my parents' house. It is Sunday. I have so many updates for you. I don't even remember if I talked to you yesterday. I think I might have once. I've been showing you a little bit of my weekend, but it's gone by so fast, especially since my last weekend was Christmas break. So I had 2 weeks off, and now it's only 2 days off. But I am DNFing 1 book, almost done with another book, and starting 100 pages into another book. So Miss Lily is going to want to play with her ball this whole time. But I am DNFing the Lily Gold. I really like Why Choose romances, but I typically read them when there's like a lot more going on with the plot. So I typically read like paranormal or romantic suspense Why Choose, and this one's just like a contemporary nice time Why Choose. So she is horrible at dating, and she's gone on like 120 dates and has never had a boyfriend, and so she is like, I need help. And so her 3 neighbors are her friends. They all have a dating podcast, and so they decide to all 3 date her, and I'm only 30% in, and it was really hard for me to differentiate the guys. One of them, I think the author's trying to like make a difference between how they speak. The one way one of them spoke felt very not natural, and so it was really taking me out of the story, and I feel like they weren't really different enough at the point I was at, and then they already started hooking up, and I was like, it's 30% of this book, and that's the plot. The plot is just to get her to date. So I was pretty bored. Like, I wanted more to the plot and more distinction between the guys and their relationships, because typically in like paranormal or romantic suspense, all the guys are like doing stuff with her individually and together, and this one it's just like they're just hanging out and like going on dates. So I was really bored, and I had so much left of this book because it's like 500 pages, so I'm DNFing. I'm just like, I am not gonna waste my time on books I don't think I'm gonna love in 2023. This one was okay. I'd probably end up reading it and maybe give it 3 star, maybe 4 if I end up liking the end, but I didn't have patience for that, so I'm DNFing this one. I also am almost done with The Long Game by Rachel Reed. This one is so cute. However, it is dragging. This is a 13-hour audiobook around there, and Shane and Ilya are on different teams. They're secretly dating still, and Ilya got on a worse team than he was on. He was a really good team, and Shane's on a really good team, but he wanted to be closer to Shane, so he gave up his good team to play on this other team that's like really not that good. And so he gave up a lot to be with Shane, and Shane wasn't really like giving it back, and they were both just miserable, not telling people. And this book just kept on going on of them being miserable, them being annoyed, not talking to each other, and then getting back together, and every time they meet they hook up, and it's just like, okay, it's just like rinse repeat. It's like cycling through all of this, and it doesn't have to keep on going on that way. I'm like, okay, we've done this already, and we've done this already, oh, now we're doing it again. So we could have just really cut that down, and I'm like at a point where I was like, how are we have 4 hours left still? Like, what else is gonna happen in this book? So I just wanted them, like, I understand Shane's nervousness and being scared to come out and say that he's dating Ilya, but like, they're both miserable. So it was just annoying how adamant Shane more than Ilya was, and Ilya not actually coming out to Shane and telling him, we need to fix this problem. And I think that Ilya definitely understood what was going on, because he actually starts seeing a therapist in this one, and I really love that, and seeing his conversations with his therapist and helping him through all that and realizing what they need to do. But I think this might be a 4-star read. It's just going over and over and over again. It needs to like move it along a little bit. So I do have about 3 hours left of that I'll listen to tomorrow, but I am 100 pages into The Frat Boy. I was a little nervous when I started because she's in a sorority and he's in a frat, and they're in this competition thing, and I'm like, oh, do I want to read about people in Greek life right now? Like, I didn't know what this book was about, but for some reason I was talking to Tori. I thought it was an older woman romance, and I didn't realize the heroine would be in college and his age. So I don't know where I got that it was another age gap romance, maybe because all 3 of these are age gap in the series before this. So this one's not an age gap in the series, it just takes place in the same neighborhood all the other ones did. And so Miss Lily wants up on the couch where my camera is, and I was a little hesitant. So we had that scene, but now we got to the good stuff. So I knew they were doing adult film together. Their first scene, they hate each other, they despise each other. They are the reason something happens to them where they need to be in this industry. And I don't want to spoil anything because I didn't know anything, and I'm like hooked right now. And oh my gosh, they despise each other, but they have to like perform together, and it is so good because they really are attracted to each other. They have insane chemistry together, and they're angry that they have chemistry together, and it's like this power play between them during their scenes together, and I am obsessed. So Tori, I think, really liked this one. I will not tell you her rating, so you can go watch her video, but I am really liking it. So I felt better because I told her, I was like, I thought this was different than what it is, and I don't know how I'm loving it. And she's like, oh, well, I gave it this rating. I'm like, okay, so now I have higher hopes for how it's gonna end up. But once we got out of like the sorority fraternity setting, I'm really liking this. So he's still like supposed to be a frat boy, and like she has drama with her ex who cheated on her. So I feel like that's gonna happen, like, cause I don't wanna tell you anything, but like the hero has a misconception about her, and I feel like that's gonna be like, comes out at some point. So I'm really liking this so far. I'm 100 pages in. I definitely want to read a lot more tonight because it's really good. My sister and I are about to sit down and watch another episode of Meghan and Harry. We have like 2 episodes left, so we're gonna watch that, and then I'm hoping to go to bed a little early because I've been really tired lately. I've been staying up way too late than I should, and way later than I normally do. So hopefully I go to bed early because it's back to work tomorrow. So we're gonna watch that, and then I'm gonna read some more. Hi. So I have a lot of updates for you. I just got off sprints with my members and my patrons and had so much fun. And again, it was 2 hours. I got a lot of this done. So we read for a total of an hour because I do 30-minute sprints and we do 2 each, and I read 120 pages. So I fly through this book. That's not normal for me to read over 60 pages in half an hour. I don't normally read that fast, but the font's pretty big and it's a really easy read. So I'm almost done, but I do want to update you on The Long Game. I don't think I updated you when I was finished. So So good. I started tearing up at the end, like the emotions. I love Shane and Ilya so much. I do still think that the conflicts were redundant all throughout it and did not need to be as long as it did. But the part, I can't tell you, something happened with one of their parents and I'm just like, my emotions were everywhere. So 4.5 stars, because like it is rare for a book to make me cry, and I feel like if it does make me cry I have to give it more stars. So 4.5. I don't know if I'm gonna round it up to 5 or keep it at 4, but I love Shane and Ilya so much. I was just a little frustrated with Shane for not like seeing that Ilya was having a really hard time with what they were going through, because obviously Shane knew he was, but the conflict was like he was not giving Ilya what Ilya needed. So then that happened over and over and over again. So I just, but it was good. It's so good. It was so good. I love them so much. I love the ice hockey aspect of it. They had to play against each other a couple of times in here. Loved that. I can't spoil anything else, but I really love the direction the ending went to with certain things, and the ending, it was just the perfect ending to their story. Perfect. Making me want to cry. So good. I'm so glad I read it finally. But audios are fantastic too. I really like them. Though what threw me off was that, so Ilya typically has a Russian accent, but when he's speaking in Russian, he doesn't have an accent. So like his sessions with his therapist, I'm pretty sure they were speaking in Russian and he didn't have his accent. And I was like, this is weird. Like, Ilya needs his accent. So that kind of threw me off with the audio, but so good. This book, oh my gosh, like, it's real good. I am really liking it. So typically with like that many steamy scenes, I get annoyed. I'm like, let's get to the plot. It's part of the plot, so it works so well because it's being used to develop their relationship and then playing games with each other because they hate each other, but then they're like really liking each other, but then they get mad because they're like, I don't want to like you and I don't know what this is and I'm scared of you, so I'm just gonna act like I hate you. And things get very, very steamy. So they're living in this house where they're producing these adult films and they're like acting them, and there's like 5 of them, 6 of them in the house. So it's a neighborhood that the whole series takes place in. I wonder if Preston's getting his own book, because they talked about that. Preston was a little like hung up on someone. Preston is the doctor's son, because I read The Pool Boy. I haven't read The Architect. Did I read I don't think I've read The Architect, but these are so good. This one I think is my favorite in the series. I don't know. I loved The Pool Boy though. Like that was 5 stars. This one's gonna be 5 stars. I'm obsessed. The ending where I'm at right now is like the sweetest ever, and I'm obsessed with our hero. He is everything. I just love it so much, and how like they're being vulnerable with each other, and it's just good. It's just good, and I'm excited to see it. They're about to like uncover something right now, so like things are getting good. Like there has not been a slow moment in this book. I've been hooked and wanting to read it the entire time, and it has been, the characters are amazing. I love them. I'm gonna go read the rest and I will chat with you when I'm done. I finished and I've given you 5 stars. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that I had 2 5-star reads in this video. This was so good. I love a good hate to love romance. It was definitely hate, but they had to do physical things together, and there was obviously an attraction between them, and then it just escalated from there, and it was amazing. Once they got together, they were so cute together, and I'm obsessed with how hard they fell for each other. And it didn't feel boring though, because there was so much drama going on outside of their relationship that really carried on the plot for me. So I didn't mind when they got together. I usually don't love reading about characters together, but it was so good. Not wanting to fall for each other and falling for each other, and it's just, I'm obsessed. I loved seeing all the Nashville neighborhood characters. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully she continues the series. I don't know if it's the end, but I think this is my favorite of the series. It was so good. So steamy though too. So if you need a steamy good time, pick this one up. Loved it. 5 stars. Now I know I already loved it too. So 2 5-star reads in this video. What else did I read? A 4.5-star read, and then a DNF. I call this video a win. That is so good for a reading vlog. I usually don't do reading vlogs where I read so many good books. So very happy. Make sure you go check out Tori's video. I'm excited to watch her video and see what she thought of all the books. I already know what she thought about 3 of them. So, but I'm excited to see her real-time thoughts. So I'm happy tomorrow's Friday. I hope you guys have a good Friday. I'm posting this tomorrow morning. So have a happy Friday. Have a good weekend. That's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.